Hey everybody, and welcome back to the macro. Excuse me for my I don't know how it looks. Maybe it looks a little bit crazy, my hair right now, but this is what happens when you mostly wear like a hat for work during the day. I work a lot outside, and it's cold here. We're getting a cold front, and it's winter time as well. So excuse me if I'm looking a little nuts. But anyway, let's talk about quitting drinking in 2025 and how that can absolutely change your life. I made a decision many years ago. I would say probably sometime towards the tail end of 2018 to really quit drinking altogether. And I'm not going to get into all the details about why or anything like that, but if you want to make that change this year, you can. You can. I've done it in my life. I've known other people that have, and I believe it can completely change your life. Whether you're coming from a place where you feel like you're an alcoholic or whether you socially drink. If there's no one else out there that believes you can't do it, I'm telling you right now, you can. You absolutely can. And so that decision that I made many years ago, I would never go back to it. I remember when I used to drink, I didn't make good decisions at all, really. I just didn't. My mind was foggy. I couldn't think straight. I had on this extra weight that I didn't need to be carrying. It was probably pretty unhealthy for my liver because I wouldn't consider myself back then when I used to drink an alcoholic, but I definitely partied. I'd socially drank pretty hard, sometimes more than others. But I just didn't make good choices. Then on top of that, I've probably said some mean things to people that probably hurt a lot of people's feelings, and that doesn't make me pleased to say that, but that's the truth. And I know that there's people out there that really want to quit this year in 2025. And you can. But one thing I realize is that you really, really have to want to do it. Like you really, that has to be a burning desire in you where you're going to do it no matter what. You really have to want to do it for yourself because there may be people in your life where they've been talking to you for years or whatever it is, trying to tell you to quit and all the reasons why. But I think that if you're not at a place where you really want to do it for yourself, so that hopefully when you do, you turn into a better person and that the people around you will also benefit from that, right, as well, especially if you have a family or something. But you got to want to do it for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. It can't be for some external reason. It just can't. And you know what? Maybe when you first do, it's gonna be, it might be a little bit challenging depending on what your circumstance is. But the best feeling is when you walk into a place, maybe that serves alcohol, and you get to a place where you don't even think about it anymore. It's like, you know what I mean? It's that you just don't even think about it. The temptation really doesn't even cross your mind. Or if you walk into a grocery store or something like that has alcohol and you don't even pay no mind to the alcohol aisle. Like you just completely, like it doesn't even faze you. You know what I'm saying? And that takes time depending on where you're coming from. And also when you're able to remain firm and stand for your choice when other people question it. Because that could be a challenge as well. You know, especially if you're used to being around people who socially drink or whatever, you have family members that drink at home, maybe your kids if they're old enough, right? And they're living with you, whatever it is. They may not fully understand why you're doing it, especially if it appears that you don't have a problem. Because I get it, there's those of us who are going to be quitting for different reasons in 2025, right? So they may not fully understand. And I remember looking back and I think someone actually said this to me before. They were like, what do you do for fun? Like, how do you have fun? And looking back at that, it's just so silly because I've had so much fun in my life without drinking since I quit drinking. Like I've life is fun. I don't need to be under the influence to have fun, man. Not at all. And if that's how people see having fun, they're doing it the wrong way. It's not authentic. It's not real. If every time you drink in order to have fun, that fun that you're experiencing, that feeling, it's not real. It feels real in the moment, but it's not the true you. It's not authentic. So that's gonna happen. I think that probably happens amongst men. It's funny because just because you're a guy, for my guys out there, a lot of them just automatically you assume maybe you socially drink, or you know, drink for holidays and stuff like that. And still to this day, I definitely get. I mean, I look a little bit older, right, compared to back then or whatever, but got some grays going on, whatever. um, but like, I kind of get that response today. People think it's weird that you don't drink, and I just think that that's so funny. Looking back at it now, I don't see anything really too funny about it. But don't be surprised too, and don't let that discourage you. Actually, it should encourage you when you look at a group of guys and all of them drink except you. Just think about that for a second. That makes you stand out, but in a good way. It does. And this video is not to bash anyone who's still drinking. It's not, but it's to encourage you that you can do it, and that it absolutely will change your life. I don't waste Sunday mornings anymore just laying in bed, or Saturday mornings if I went on a Friday night, wasting my whole morning, wasting a lot of the afternoon not feeling well, foggy, trying to drink Gatorade and pickle juice to make myself feel better, eating greasy food or leftover cold pizza the day after. I'm productive, man. I'm locked in. My mind is clear. I have clarity. And that's one of the best feelings in the world, is when you wake up and your mind feels clear. You don't have these headaches and this confusion, sadness, depression. And I believe people that drink and do drink like that, they go through those moments, because I have, and I've seen it too in other people. And it's such a wonderful thing when you wake up and you feel great. You may not feel great initially. I get it. There's different reasons why. Like I have young kids, guys, so like sometimes they don't sleep well. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get woken up. It is what it is. But once I get going and stuff, it's just, I feel great. It's good knowing that tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel like myself. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to be able to do things. There was just so much time that I wasted, and I'm sure many of you guys feel the same way. Many of you ladies out there too. Wasted time with the day after not feeling well, or days after if you binged on it. I remember doing that. That was awful. I can't tell you probably how many hours I wasted on stuff like that. But that's okay. I've learned from it. I've stopped doing it. I'm never going back. And things are great. And I believe that you can go through that same thing. You can experience that same thing here in 2025 and make that change. There's so many benefits for you. You'll lose weight. You won't look bloated in the face. Your mind will be clear. You'll be much healthier. Because I'm sorry, I don't fall under that, in my opinion, delusion that even a glass of wine is healthy for you every day. I don't buy that for a second. Because you know what? Wine is made much more differently than it was decades ago and hundreds of years ago. It just is. Maybe there's some, I don't know, great organic wine that costs $50 a bottle, small bottle or something. That's great for you. I don't know. But in terms of your conventional regular wines that you see, you know, in liquor stores and stuff, or grocery stores, I don't think that drinking a glass of wine is healthy for you every night. Red wine. Not health advice, just my opinion, just my 2 cents. So I'm not buying it. But anywho, I believe that y'all can do it. You guys out there and ladies that really want to make that change, you can do it, but you really have to want it for yourself. You really have to want it for yourself. And when you do, just expect there to be resistance, not only just from you, from your mind, from your body and stuff, but also from other people. Just expect it, anticipate it. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But when you live in such a way where the majority of people around you don't, that ought to tell you something. And you may lose friends because of it. And then you got to question, well, were you ever really friends with them in the first place? Right? Just a thought. But anyway, I want to end this video on an encouraging note. And if you quit drinking in 2025, your year is going to be amazing. I believe in y'all. All right. We'll speak again soon. Take care.